What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Be For Real. We have some familiar faces. Obviously, we've been on every single week, and it has been a hot streak, actually, because I don't think any of us have missed an episode. I'm your host, Brian. Jack to my right, Caden to my left, and we are back to bring you one of the best shows that ever touched the internet, and that is Be For Real, and that is real. So we're going to start, I just saw the text, we're going to start with Let's Be Real, where we give our hot takes or opinions. And I'm going to start off, and I think this is a hot take / opinion. I usually try to stay away from sports, but I think this one is just too good to give up. I love fantasy football, and I think, now this could be a hot take, I think trading during a regular season, multiple trades during like one solo season rather than a dynasty is better. And the reason I think that's better is because I love the pressure of it. I love having to make so many deals. You trade one person to this to get a receiver that you then put into this trade to get this receiver, and then you slowly improve your team. I think that's so much better and so much more fun than doing a dynasty league where you have to make one trade like every 2 years. So that's my hot take. It probably didn't make much sense, and if anyone's actually back at home that doesn't really know fantasy football, essentially a dynasty league means that you carry it over for multiple seasons. It's like you essentially take over a head coaching role or a fantasy role or like a GM role, if you will, general manager, while 1 year is you typically draft at August, September, or August or July, I guess, usually August. And then you just keep that same team up until the Super Bowl, and then it just resets the next year. So you just redraft the same players or different players. So for me, like I said, my hot take is that I enjoy the trading and the thrill of one season more than I do the dynasty. While I do like the camaraderie of a dynasty and the carryover of like all the friendships, I enjoy the trading just because of the pressure that it puts you under and all the deals that you make that make you feel more like you're in the front office of a team.
You have to have both. Yeah, and I think you have to have a dynasty league and your own year-to-year fantasy league and stuff, because the year-to-year league is more chaotic and it's more fun. It's more there's more going on and stuff. But dynasty league is more of a slow burner. But I think a dynasty league is a better indicator. Like if you take fantasy as serious as we do, there's something to like I drafted this guy, and it's 8 years later, he's been my guy for this whole time and stuff. I think there's something nice about that, but I've never been in a dynasty league, so I don't know. But I think that it's a slow burner, but like it's like a longer relationship and stuff. versus messing around. You know, it might be a little less exciting, a little less fire day to day, but there's like a build of like I've been around for a long time. There's a benign consistency and there's a beauty in that. But I think you need both in your life for sure.
I think there's just like you said, a beauty in like drafting new players every year and just the stress of drafting. I think it makes it so much fun, especially like, unfortunately for me in my main league, I've missed the playoffs for 2 years in a row. So now there are claims that I'm a terrible drafter. So I think it's like fun to try and go, like I have to rebuke that claim. But also, I think like you said too, the dynasty's great, and I think we got to start a dynasty league. I think
100%.
that needs to happen.
Absolutely.
But I would agree. Do you want to go next, or?
I guess I'm gonna pull a Brian on how to take. I'm just gonna rant about the thing that happened to me today and stuff. So I don't know what the take is here, but I think that being a fantasy football commissioner and pleasing everyone is harder than being president of the United States of America. Okay, that's my take right now. Because here's the thing, and I've been a commissioner for 12 years, and I'm not going to say not all of these experiences have happened this year.
That's 3 terms in the presidency.
Yeah, that's three presidential terms. All right. So these are not all things that have happened this year. Here's what usually happens in a league. Okay, it's not a case of here's my idea, 7 people like your opinion, 3 people don't like your opinion. It's usually more of like here's what I'm going to do, and 5 people are like, I like that opinion, but don't change it. Actually, or 5 people are like, I like that opinion, you better not change it. 4 are like, I hate that opinion, and 1 is like, this is an abuse of power, and 3 are like, it's not that serious, I don't even care. And here's what happens. The people that like your opinion still don't vote for you, because they're like, here's my, I actually have another solution that I think is better, and no one else is even talking about my solution, but I like my idea better, not your idea. And then the people that are like, why is this so serious, why is this 55 consecutive text messages, get more pissed at me, because they're like, if I go to everyone, I'm like, hey everyone, what do y'all think? And then the people that dislike me are mad. People that like my opinion are like, here's my new solution. The people that think it's too convoluted are like, F you, Caden, this is too convoluted now. I hate what you're doing. And then if I just say, so if I open a forum and allow everyone to respond, then I'm always the bad guy, all right? It's too complicated, or I'm wrong, or I'm right, but let's do it my way instead. I don't vote for Caden. If I say, here's how it's going to go. I'm not asking y'all's opinion. I'm the commissioner. Ethically, I'm the bad guy. That's kind of a crappy thing to do. And then additionally, the people that think it's too convoluted, it's not like they come up and they're like, hey, good job. They just don't text in the group chat. So I never get those votes. Those people will never vote for me. And then the people that thought I was right usually will silently take it. People that hate me freak out and stuff. So it's just, and I think a lot of that is similar to being a president. It's much too similar and stuff where it's just like people are either going to ignore you or hate. There's always people that will either ignore you or hate you. And the people that like you will always like the new thing better, even and like if it's some third party or whatever, or like they'll always people that like you will nitpick you. The people that hate you will be the loudest, and the people that don't care will only care if they hate you. And like that you can't win is in fantasy commissionship. And I just want to say that I would bawl my eyes out if anyone texted and said, hey, Caden, you're doing a good job. Because it's been 12 years and it's killing me.
Can I really quick throw in my hot take?
Sure, yeah.
Because my hot take was literally going to be being a fantasy football commissioner's top 5 most stressful jobs. Because I am also a fantasy football commissioner.
Thank you.
So this is just turning into a combined rant that
Thank God.
being a fantasy football commissioner is one of the worst things to do. But I love it at the same time. I hate it, but I love it.
I love it too. It's so fun. I love it.
If you can't tell, a big trade just happened that I feel very proud about. It was like a 3-team trade that went on, and we just deal I love the GM process of it, which is why I like the trades, why I like the stress of drafting and everything. I enjoy it. I do it, there's a game on the phone where all you do is draft a team and then you just watch it sim its own game and then you draft another team. That's what I do.
What's the game called?
It's Pocket GM.
Yeah, I love
3.
Pocket GM.
They have a basketball one
I played
now.
it since 2019, dude.
They have a basketball one. Did you know that?
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, I bought the basketball one.
I gotta
Dude,
try
I
the
broke
basketball.
Brady's record with a QB. He played with his 45.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like a beach trip. I was
It's
sitting on the
fire.
beach tanning. I was playing.
It's so
fun.
it's so sick.
Pocket GM. That's a great. What a niche, bro. Okay.
And I think it's a great game.
poll.
Go find it. Pocket GM. It's a
play
little
that.
blue one. That's 3. It has a
That's
circuit.
fun.
It is about like $4.99 or $2.99 or something. So it's a little bit of pricey. But who doesn't have $3 to spend if you spend it at McDonald's already? So my whole thing is that you already know that. Obviously, from all these contexts, we did just have a big thing go down. That's why this is mainly fantasy football oriented, because we all came from class. We had nothing on our minds, so we're being real with you. First thing that popped up was a big trade. Caden's our commissioner. Sadly, Jack's not in this league, but he is a commissioner in another league.
Jack like a week after. I would have.
It was right after.
I would have taken Jackson out or Drew out easily and thrown Jackson.
Later
in the
down the road, we might come back and have a whole new dynasty with Jack and with Caden and with me and a bunch of other of our friends, which will be a lot of fun.
And then
but,
this will just turn into a fantasy football rant show.
yeah, this would just be
we add a
ball for real. It'll be ball for
Ball
real.
for real.
That's what it's gonna be. We're gonna have like a subcategory episode. It's like ball for real, the break off.
Ball for real.
But either way, I think that wraps up. It's pretty easy, a lot of sports oriented. But if you made it through the sports, you're really gonna like the next goodies we have for you, which is all about snacks, right? So this next topic is Weebie ranking. There you go.
This is great. I'm
Now you're
already
good.
hungry.
So Weebie ranking. So I have 4 items, all related to desserts. There are 4 desserts in the world that we picked of all time. I want you to rank them from best to worst, 1 to 4. So you're going to rank it in 1, 2, 3, 4 as an order. 1 is best, 4 is worst. The 4 desserts.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes.
4 desserts. No, you're good. Are, and this is not in order. It's going to be ice cream, brownies, cheesecake, donuts. Ready?
It's easy. This is like such a 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10.
Really? I think this is tougher than.
I don't dislike any of these. I know we're about to talk about. I don't dislike any of these, but there's definitely a gap between each for sure for me.
All right, ready? Can I see that real quick?
There you go,
Thank
Brian.
Thank you. Put this down. I'll flip it over. All right, I'll put down mine.
Yeah, I think I need to, even before my list gets shown, I just need to say I love all of these things. I would not say any of these things are below a 7 out of 10.
So then I got.
You know, I'm gonna hold up.
I'm gonna throw in one. I got one 6 out of 10. I'm gonna rate it each out of 10 too.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting
That's important too. We've been on the same page a lot today.
All right.
locked in.
Locked in. I'm ready when you are, but we can also wait so we can use other stuff.
I'm gonna go there. I'll give my rating as well. That's what we're kind of locking in with. So I think we're just gonna go with this.
Grant can cut all this out anyways too. We're good.
He's a magician. You're just gonna see nothing.
He's like saying no. Yeah. Here, Grant, you want me to say things that can't be said so that to motivate you to be honest stuff?
Wait, can I see the? Where's the eraser?
There you go.
This is like one of the most dead air points that we've ever had on Be For Real, I think. This is like the one point. I think we're all still taking in everything that happened before the show, and now everything's going on.
I mean, so Woody Marks for Drake London was vetoed today, and
but then you passed it.
Puka Nacua for Chris Olave and Derrick Henry was not vetoed.
I still
and
love
I think I think that Puka Nacua for Chris Olave and Derrick Henry is very gray area for like, does the commissioner come in and put his foot down and stuff? I think that some commissioners would, some wouldn't. When I didn't, naturally, some GMs were like, ooh, what can I get away with? And took some crazy trades, and I put my foot down eventually. I think that's fine commissionership, and I think everyone agrees with me.
I think it's funny that we had this whole debate of like, what's the proper trade, and then
those are different.
No. I get that, but you had Drake London for Troy Franklin and Woody Marks, and then you had me trade Ibuka for Mike Evans.
That's worse. I don't know if that's worse, but
it's not quite worse because they're all three really top. But
if that was to like Annie, there would have been a.
If you had to rank my trade, Jordan's trade,
yours is the best. I'd say yours is the most fair.
Yeah, I try to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't try. Like even Xavier Worthy.
That was unfair though.
Worthy and Robinson for Ibuka is also I think decent. But we can talk about sports all day. Okay. We'll get back to it. I'll open up with mine just so we have, the standard mean because I'm always right. So I have 1 through 4. 1 is ice cream. I want to see. Oh, you can see it. Okay. 1 is ice cream. I ranked it 9 out of 10. 2 is cheesecake. I ranked it a 7 out of 10. 3 is donuts. I ranked them a 6 out of 10. 4 is brownies. I ranked them a 4 out of 10. So real quick, I'll say ice cream. I feel like you can't really go wrong with it, in my opinion. I always love it. Always I actually wanted ice cream earlier too, so maybe that just plays a factor into it. But out of these 4, if I'm looking at desserts, ice cream is the top of the list. Cheesecake's always a great dessert to me. I'm not a fan of every cheesecake, but when I get a good cheesecake, it is great. Donuts, I used to not be crazy about donuts. I used to hate them, and I only liked either the glazed or the non-glazed, and they were just like the basic bland ones, almost like a bagel cooked differently. But I actually enjoy donuts now. I've started enjoying them. I love Krispy Kreme. I wouldn't say they're my go-to dessert, which is why I have them at 3. But they are better than my 4th, which is brownies. And the reason I said brownies at 4 to 10, I feel like every time I have a brownie, it looks so good, and my mind is so made up for being so delicious, and then I bite it, and it just disappoints me. Every time. Every time disappoints me.
That's a good. I think it's a good take. Okay, cool.
And so, like, for me, maybe that would have been my good hot take, but I just feel like it's always either too dry, too soggy, or too chocolatey. I just can't seem to get a good brownie that makes you want to go back for a second one. You go to a house, someone says, hey, you want to try this brownie? I'll be nice. I'll be like, yeah, I'll take a bite. And then like, you want a second one? I'll be like, nah, I'm full. When in all reality, I'm starving. I just don't want another chocolate brownie. It's just not me. The ones they make at Core don't work. The ones they make at Chick-fil-A aren't really that good, in my opinion. It's not the best dessert you can get. The ones they make at the best brownie, I think, actually, would be the Cosmic Brownie, but even that feels a little too fake to me. Like, that's like one of the better ones I've had. I wouldn't say it's the best, but even then, I can't have multiple of them like I could donuts, maybe a cheesecake, depending on how hungry I am, and an ice cream. So that's why I have brownies at the bottom. It's just not consistent enough and not good enough to be inconsistent.
I got you. I have something to say about all of these. So cheesecake is last thing. There's Gouda options out there. Ice cream is cold. Ice cream is cool. Brownies, I don't have a pun for them, and I'm going to glaze donuts. But honestly, what I would say about all of these, first, cheesecake is one of the worst named foods of all time. I think we're a little used to it. But I think cheesecake, meatball, and sour cream are 3 foods where if I made it and then gave you the name, you'd immediately look at me like, why did you just name this that? Like, it does not have to be called a cheesecake. I mean, it's good. And I think they pull it off, and there's some sense of like, you name something super weird and pull it off. That's kind of fun and stuff. Like the Cheesecake Factory, if you didn't know what that was, you'd be like, that's the weirdest like sounding thing, but it's like fancy and it's nice, and there's something like cool in that, I guess. So I like the name for its weirdness, but like it's bad marketing.
It's like hearing cheese. Instead of hearing cheese and then cake, you just hear cheesecake as one word.
It's not that cheesy. Like I don't know. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Ice cream. I have a hot take on ice cream, and this is one I love like asking people this, and it's a hard question to ask people because it's hard to think of. If y'all can think of one, I'd love to hear it. What's your worst food take? In the sense of like I love this food, and if you argue that this is a weird food, you're so right, but I just love it. Mine is I love banana flavored things. Like I love the banana flavor of a lot of candies. I love banana pudding. Banana Laffy Taffy is the best Laffy Taffy. Like and I'll go to an ice cream place, and if I'm comfortable on the people I'm with, I'll get a banana split every single time and stuff. So my favorite ice cream flavor, my favorite ice cream order is a banana split. So that's just kind of a hot take you can't really back it up. It's just an opinion I have.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Brownies should be called Blackies. They're not brown, they're black. And then donuts. Donuts are one of my favorite foods. Like donuts, if you could just eat a food and just feel whatever and stuff, donuts are my favorite food of all time. Like I feel so gross after. I eat way too many. I feel so sluggish and stuff that I always get one more than I should, and then it's the most gross last three bites of all time because I love it so much. But like going downstairs and seeing someone got donuts, and like honestly, like I don't like too sweet donuts or cakey donuts. I'm very strict with my donuts, but like Krispy Kreme glazed donuts, they're so. There's too many gross ones, and it's too disgusting of a food and too filling and makes you feel too gross to be an actual like blue chip top 3 food. But in terms of like how good I feel eating it, it might be a top 2, just your experience of chewing and eating the food.
That's very
top 2 food for me.
The experience is more than the taste.
The experience is like top 2 for me. Yeah, exactly, 100%.
That's fair. All right. I kind of like we have some diversity going on. I mean, my number 1 is also ice cream, though.
Hey, 9 out of 10.
Ice cream, 9 out of 10. Oh, also, I just want to say, compared to them, it seems like I'm just a big backer of sweet tooth. My goodness, Brian gave like, what was your lowest one? Brownie, 4 out of 10?
4 out of 10.
My lowest, so I went ice cream, 9 out of 10. Brownies, 8.3. Donuts, 7.9. And then cheesecake, 7 out of 10. So my lowest is still a 7 out of 10.
A 6, 7?
6, 7? Sorry.
No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just joking. Sorry, go ahead. So 7 out of 10 was your lowest with the cheesecake.
Cheesecake, I still love cheesecake. I don't think it's as good as these other things. Donuts, great. I think it's that feeling you said because I thought the same thing of like, yeah, after I eat a donut, I'm feeling really bad about myself. But it's great in the moment. Brownies, I get where you're coming from with like, oh, the Chick-fil-A brownie ain't that great or wherever you buy it from, but I don't know. Every time I have a good brownie, it's because somebody like actually baked it. It's because I went to like a friend's house or it was my dad or something, and they like actually baked it. I don't know. So I think like homemade brownies are better than buying them from Chick-fil-A, the store, like pre-made stuff.
So it's almost like the brownie, the scale you give like a homemade brownie, almost outweighs what
Yeah,
you
like that's the problem. Yeah, it
Yeah.
probably would drag it down if I thought more about like other brownies, but I'm only.
But you went with the one that you like.
Yeah,
the dessert that you
exactly.
would prefer.
Yeah, so shout out Dad. And then ice cream, 9 out of 10. It's ice cream, man. Like, it's the best. There's not much more to say about ice cream. There's so much to it. It's so diverse. I like that it's like cold and it feels good on my throat.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's gonna be out of context for real.
Yeah, out of context.
Just that reel is going to be on Instagram. It feels good on my throat. And then that's just going to be where it goes.
My ranking.
I stand by it.
It's hard to do these rankings because like, but I'll be my rankings. Cheesecake, I'd probably give like a 5 or 6, but like a good, nice cheesecake is awesome. Ice cream, I'd probably give like a 7. I'd probably give brownies an 8. Donuts and 9.
That's the problem is with all of these desserts, there's such a wide scale because it just depends on where you're getting it from.
Like I never have crappy $2 cheesecake. I'm sure I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
I've had like a $2 ice cream at like QT and it's fine.
Yeah.
So like I'm evaluating. I feel like a quick ice cream run to like a chain versus like a sit down restaurant cheesecake, and they're even. But I'm trying, like that feels unfair. So it is.
Ice cream is very hard to mess up, and if you do mess it up, it is very obvious when you mess it up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
To me, when I see an ice cream, if $2 compared to $8, whichever way you get your ice cream, it's all going to be pretty much the same. It's going to be around the scale of like 6 out of 10 to probably like a 9 out of 10. Yeah. Maybe 10 if someone really likes it.
QT has 49-cent ice cream. That is fine. It is
Exactly.
Not bad. You didn't know that? Yeah.
Really?
It's 49 cents. It's good.
The flavor of the ice cream makes a bigger difference than the way it's actually made or the price of it. In other words, if you do a brownie, there's really not much flavor, so it's all dependent on how you make it, which is why, to me, it makes it so pivotal on how you make it or where it's made. And then cheesecake and donut are kind of in the middle for me. Like that's where it's like it can be done by either way. The flavor might make it better. The way it's made might make it better. Same thing with the donut. Like depending on where you get the donut, is it Krispy Kreme or is it just something you picked up on the street from Walmart? But like that's where I think it's different, which is where I put mine, and I can see that where it comes.
Does your shirt say Noah Khan stick season?
Yeah.
That's all it says. That was on my Spotify
sick.
rap like top 5. I like in like 2023 or 4.
Total side tangent. Keep this in if you want, but I listened to Noah Kahan before he was cool. Shout out my sister. Please keep this in. I would like everybody to know that I'm cool. I listened to Noah Kahan 2020 when he released Cape Elizabeth. Sorry.
That's hell yeah.
I just had to flex that real quick.
I just love the
That's
shirt's
like-
just Noah Khan.
Well, and then it said like on the back.
On the back.
Yeah, I like that shirt though. Yeah, he was like 4th on my top 5 whatever like songs and stuff. That's
I love
awesome.
Noah Kahan.
Well, that is a great creation. But what I'm more interested in is what you guys think are the greatest innovations made of all time. That brings us into our next segment. which is one for the mind, all right? So one, is it props?
I said there's prompts here. I hope you're not just
prompts.
asking us.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, this is going to be asking. This is an open-ended one question, one for the mind. That's what it's called. Just one question for the mind. And the question is, what is the greatest invention of all time?
Dude.
Can this be like an answer that I truly believe is one of the greatest ones?
There you go.
But
Yeah, like, it doesn't have to be
also,
like the best, but
it's
what
not gonna be the best. Like I love this invention with all my heart.
I got one. And I will start off.
We say slides. Oh, okay.
You know what? I'm gonna.
No.
Yeah. Hear me out. A water bottle is the best invention ever created. And I'll tell you that right now. We can live without.
Commercializing water and putting it under a paywall is the
No.
greatest invention.
Not like Dasani or like Deer Park. I'm talking about just simply the act of creating something that will carry a water bottle and not let anything else contaminate it. That is one of the best creations or inventions ever made in mankind. And I will tell you that because we can live forever without technology. We can live 3 weeks without food. We can only live 3 days without water. And some genius thought, why don't I put this in a bottle somewhere where I can carry this good water for miles with me and it not be contaminated, spilled, evaporated, or any other thing? That to me makes a great invention. That is not only practical for then, it's practical for the future, and it will never be replaced, it will only be improved. And for me, that makes a water bottle the best invention of all time.
You want to go next? I really want to hear you talk.
Okay.
Sorry, I just saw his and I was
No,
like,
I've seen both of yours, and I've seen.
All right. The greatest invention of all time, and I don't think I have to explain this much. We'll be quick. Is the T formation. Okay. Football would have died without the T formation. If you don't know what the T formation is, it's when the quarterback goes under center. All right, it's like the first time that ever happened, and then the running back would stand behind 2 times on the outside. Okay, that's making a T. It's a T formation, all right? It started in like the 50s, and before that, basically the quarterback, running back, and fullback, they didn't know who they would snap it to. I believe it was a single wing. I believe it's like 40s football. I'm not, but I watch like YouTube videos and stuff, and I read like books. You know, I wasn't there, but like they would snap it to like the fullback sometimes, the quarterback sometimes, the halfback sometimes. They were originally named that because the halfback would get about half the touches of the fullback, and the quarterback would get about half the touches of the halfback, and so that's why they got those names and stuff. The T formation invented the idea of, first of all, not having 3 in the backfield and having a few more blockers in line and having actual like receivers. Second, having one guy to get the ball first and distribute it, which I think football would not have survived without that. Okay, I think once the T formation was invented, defenses adjusted and then offenses started adjusting more, and it started the gateway of like, hey, what if this guy distributing the ball stretch the field a little bit more, stretch it more horizontally, more vertically. Everything you see in football now derives from the T formation. It's just they start with a T and add this new thing, and then the defense adjusts, we add a new thing. We've just been doing that for 70 years, and it's made an amazing product. Football would have been more like rugby, and I think commercially not one of the main sports if it weren't for the T formation. I think Tom Landry invented the 4-3, and I want to say he invented the T. I don't know if that was him, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, football is the greatest thing. And it only exists and the greatest invention in football is the T formation. That was my stream of consciousness. And so, yeah, I mean, without water bottles, maybe we'd all be dead. But without T formation, we'd all
be bored.
We'd all want to be dead.
We'd all be bored.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so I mean, exactly. That T formation is the greatest invention. It's the greatest invention in the greatest thing in the world. Therefore, the greatest invention of all time.
I think those are both really good. You went, we would be dead without the water bottle. We'd have no football without the T formation. I like the air fryer. I love the air fryer. As somebody who is a terrible cook and doesn't really know how to cook, this is my homeboy right here. This is my go-to. I have so much like frozen chicken, potatoes, that kind of stuff. Boom, pop it in the air fryer. 10 minutes later, I'm eating good, and like it tastes good. It cooks it quick. It's better than the oven because it doesn't take as long. The microwave kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much more I have to say about this thing. If you don't have an air fryer in the Big 25, what are we doing? Get an air fryer. It's great. I love it.
I like a tag like air fryer. If you love to cook but don't know how to cook.
Exactly.
I'm the exact same
Or if
way,
you love to eat but don't know how to cook.
Exactly.
Boom, air
Do
fryer.
you eat good? That's like all you
I know how to
need.
cook.
Are
Boom, air
you
fryer.
too lazy to cook and you live in like a dorm and you want food? Yeah, air fryer. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my
And then,
gosh.
you
I
know,
love my air fryer.
I love that. I love that. Air fryer does cook food quicker, which is so great. Which is why I think it's a great segment or a great leadway into our next segment, which is real quick. So just like an air fryer, I want you guys to be as quick as possible in answering these either or questions. All right, they're 4.
Okay.
All right, I will let you take it. I'll just say mine out loud. So the first one, would you rather have either or? All right, coffee or tea?
Do we want to write it?
Or you know what? I'm just gonna say it.
You can do either.
Coffee.
Coffee.
I'm tea.
Really?
I don't like coffee and I don't like tea, but if I had to drink one, it would probably be more of a tea. I just think it has a little bit better health benefits, and I honestly, if anyone's ever met me, I don't really need caffeine to be like awake, especially in the morning.
I'm always
which is why I just prefer. Plus, I don't like coffee breath. Coffee breath is so bad, and tea is just like nice, calming. Like I feel like I need a little bit more calmness in my life than energy.
My mom has the worst coffee breath. I'm gonna send her this episode now. And
My mom's watching
Mom,
this. She
fast
drinks coffee.
forward to this point right here.
I've been scared to tell her and stuff for my entire life. She's the worst coffee breath, you know. So yeah, shout out.
I wouldn't
always
say that.
too dumb after I drink coffee.
That's fine.
I used to be a coffee hater, like in high school, and then I got to college. I was like, ooh. And then I lived at Clemson. I lived in this park called Douthit, and in Douthit we have a Starbucks. So I had a very bad habit of going to the Starbucks and blowing $6 on a grande iced vanilla latte with a pump of brown sugar. There's my order. It's a white girl order. Go order it. It's great. Yeah, I love Starbucks. I love coffee. I loved iced coffee, actually, so I guess I need to clarify that. I don't like hot coffee. I liked iced. I think that's important to say.
Okay. Hot or iced?
Or both.
Hot. I like hot coffee.
Hot, iced
hot.
tea.
I love ice.
I like hot black coffee. I don't like coffee or tea at all. And so good coffee or bad coffee, I don't care. I just need to wake up, and if coffee's fine for that. So
That's real.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so on to the next one. We got texting or calling. What do you think? I mean, I can give you mine real quick if you want. And then
I actually got mine immediately. I'm very passionate about this topic.
Okay.
Perfect. Then I'll just say mine quick, and we'll have you talk last because you're passionate, so I want him to hear it. I like calling. I think it's more personable. I think it's more personal. And I just enjoy that a lot more. I think it's easier to get to people. I think it's just a lot easier. Plus, I just respond quicker. I used to not respond to anything, and so now at least when people call me, I usually pick up the phone pretty much on the first time every single time. And I like that a little easier than texting. Texting, I'll see it and then I'll just forget and then I'll just move on. And it's so tough to understand what a person means by a text. I always worry that I mean something that I don't mean because I don't want someone to interpret it incorrectly. And with text, you can't get that. You need the vocalization and like the fluctuation in your pitch in order to hear what a person actually means when they say, oh yeah, good job or something like that. You want to make sure it's not sarcastic. You want to make sure it's, fantastic, right? Fantastic, not sarcastic. I don't know if that made sense. But either way, all I'm saying is I like calling. It's more personal, and I just enjoy it a lot better. I think it's a little bit quicker and easier to talk to people.
I love talking. On my Instagram DMs is more words than it is reels. I mean, I still have Snapchat because I like opening a bunch of snaps and seeing like, oh, this person's free and striking up a conversation. I don't know because I think I have the maybe a Gen X or baby boomer instilled in me of like a call is more personal and that's nicer and like just picking up the phone. Like I like that over just sending quick text, but I don't send quick text. I send long text. I text like I talk. I have people in my life. I'd say there's always 2 or 3 people that I'm on day 5 of an ongoing text conversation with at all times for me. It just doesn't end and stuff because the conversation is all still going on and stuff like that. And I mean like some people don't like texting as much, and so that's fine and stuff. And I've also had 4-hour phone calls with people about nothing, and they're very fun. I'll call up someone. I did that this weekend, so I called up a friend of mine, and I just asked him like probably 100 random questions in the course of 2 hours. We were just laughing a lot and stuff. So I'm gonna say texting because I'm always texting people all the time, and phone calls have an end. But to most people, texts have an end too. So I feel like I'm kind of unique in that opinion.
I'm like Brian, but to the extreme. I'm all for calling. I hate texting. Texting, I think my biggest thing, I have a lot of points for this, but my biggest thing with texting, like you said, there's no tone to texting. You can't tell. So sometimes you don't know if somebody's mad, or sometimes I am mad and I can't get my point across because it doesn't seem like I'm mad over texting. But
without sounding like a jerk when you're like all caps.
Yeah.
So
texting, not as personal. Calling, so much more. It's so much better, and it's like, if you need me, call me. I'll pick up most likely. If you need me, I'm gonna be there. I want to talk to you, actually like hear your voice, and it like feels like we're actually kind of like connecting. But yeah, texting, there's no tone. Also, sometimes I'll miss text. Like, I don't mean to be mean to anybody, but sometimes I miss text. Also, here's my biggest thing. Texting, I hate it because it makes me overthink. Sometimes somebody texts me, and I'm not even talking about, like a girl or something. I'm talking about somebody texts me something just normal, and then I'm like, how do I want to respond to this? Or, like, what is my answer? But, like, if you call me, then it's going to be like, oh, shoot. Like, all right, I got to answer this now. You know what I mean? Texting, I overthink things. So
You do? I do too.
I like that a lot more because that's always my excuse, and then I'm always told like it shouldn't be that tough to think about it. You can just get it done. But no, that is what it is. Like I just cannot. I overthink what I need to say, and then I overthink it so much that I just push it off and procrastinate, and then I don't answer back, and then I look like a jerk. So I apologize for anyone I did that to. I did not mean to do it, but if I did, I do apologize.
Oh, I'm mistexting with people all the time. I'm a very selfish texter. Like I'll text someone, like, and then like start a conversation all the time, and then when they do it, I'm like, okay, but I don't feel like talking to you right now, and I don't, and that's not good. But,
yeah, I'm gonna expose myself a little bit here. I most likely saw your text, and I just didn't respond because I didn't know how to respond, or I didn't know what to say, and then I forgot about it. So, yeah. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. I saw your text to anybody who ever texts me.
I got 715 unread texts.
That's
and
crazy.
There's definitely some lost friendships with it.
I have.
Good grief.
Right now, I have 6 unread texts because I read every text. Yeah, I read every text. Sometimes I just don't respond because I don't know what to say.
Oh, if I'm opening it, I'll send you a paragraph back and stuff. But if I don't open it, somewhere in there, there's people that I would still be friends with to this day if I answered that text, for sure.
One text, one decision changes the course of history. But
Okay.
with that being
wasn't
said,
very quick. Sorry.
on to our third question: morning or night?
Night.
Night.
I'm a night person too. I'm gonna say I enjoy the morning. I enjoy taking advantage of the morning and having my day. But the night just seems more electric. Everything happens at night.
real.
It just seems fun. Pac-12 football.
Yes.
West Coast. You're just up at 2 a.m.
Lead off with.
That's what I just like. I enjoy the night where I'm just
Like how this
sitting
is
there.
first.
I'm just sitting there and I'm just enjoying the fact that like. I hate the fact that I'm stressing that I have to go to bed so I can get up at a decent time.
Exactly.
But if I didn't have to worry about the decent time, I like the night. No one else is really up. Everything's kind of quiet, and you're just like, it's just me locked in with whether it's a few friends or whether it's just by myself and just enjoying whatever I'm doing without all the, I like the sun, but there's some bright sun sometimes when I'm just trying to chill out in my room. But either way, I just enjoy the night. I just feel like it's a little bit more freeing, a little bit more quiet, a little bit more peaceful, and not as bustling.
Yeah.
So.
You got it.
Oh, I was just gonna say I enjoy the night, but for me, it's like okay, I enjoy the night, but my hatred for the morning is so much more. I'm a terrible morning person. Brian saw me this morning. I mean, I still only woke up. I woke up at like 8:15, 8:30, and I don't know if Brian saw it, but this morning I probably looked like a dead person at like 9:30.
You look tired, but you were nice.
See, like I try to put on my best like nice face, but in the
did
morning
well.
I am
You did well.
miserable. Unless I wake up like after 9 o'clock, I'm gonna be tired. So I think my hatred for the morning is just so much larger.
I feel the same way. I hate mornings so much. I hate waking up and stuff. And I can stay up. I work overnights and freshman year and stuff from 7 to 4 a.m. and I loved it. It was great. I wake up at like 10. I didn't feel like crap for waking up as late as 10 and stuff. It was awesome. But yeah, I'm same as what you said. I'm exhausted mornings and stuff. Nights are just more fun. I think night people just enjoy life more than morning people. And so it's a pretty harsh statement. But like, cause I'll say like the most like down I've been is always at like 1 or 2 in the morning. I've never been up doing things at 7 a.m. and felt like crap. Like 6 to, and I think people that like mornings, like it's just like the productivity of it and stuff. But like I've also never had fun from 6 to 10 in the morning and stuff. And I'll take the ebbs and the flows. I'll take the down and the ups and stuff over the just like 6 out of 10. I'm having a nice little productive time and stuff. And I think some people would disagree with that, and those people get less out of life. So that's my take.
Interesting. So that was our third one. So we're going on to our final one, our fourth one. And this one, I guess you could kind of tie into morning or night because depending on when you watch your TV or your shows. But this next one is going to be Netflix or Hulu.
Netflix.
Ooh, Netflix or Hulu.
I'm going Hulu.
Because Hulu's trying to take live sports. And that,
They've had live
no,
sports.
they don't like that.
But they've had it.
No, yeah, exactly. They started it. They didn't start it, but they're ruining it.
Dane did it.
What?
Dane. That's the first one I ever remember. Dane just had the basketball, and he was like, Hulu has live sports. And it shows it. I love Dane, man. Loyal. I just love Hulu. In all fairness, I didn't even think about live sports. I just like Hulu in general. I've had Netflix, like I've seen it. I haven't actually physically had it, but I've had friends that have had it, so I've been able to like check.
Wow.
So,
I've had both.
See, like, to me,
you have the answer.
Yeah, he's the most unbiased, I guess. But like, to me, I've seen what Netflix has to offer, and it just doesn't quite intrigue me as much as Hulu would. And now that, even taking out the fact, like, I'm talking about Hulu from like a year ago before Disney Plus and ESPN put all their stuff on Hulu. Just Hulu in itself, I just found a lot more shows that I enjoyed there than I did on Netflix. But that's not to say I don't enjoy some of the shows on Netflix, but if I had to choose one for the rest of my life, it'd probably be Hulu because I watch so many more shows on
I forgot they did that. Hulu's definitely better, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah. I'm going pre-ESPN Disney Plus merger.
Pre-Netflix.
Yeah, if we're not like taking
Because that's not fair, because then ESPN
Disney Plus,
and Disney Plus all
And
has everything now.
I think I'm gonna go Netflix. One, I'm a very impatient person, and I hate watching commercials. It is my big, like, oh my goodness, I hate it. So I like that Netflix doesn't have commercials. Then also,
Hulu doesn't have commercials.
Hulu doesn't have, well, I guess if you pay for the no.
Yeah.
My,
Isn't it $9.99 versus $15.99?
I don't know. My family cheap. We get the commercial ones.
No, we have commercial too.
Oh, on
Yeah, I was like, we're not that good. I just know there is like a deal for
I guess
no
like if we're
commercials.
going to be, this is tough. This might be the toughest one. I'm gonna stick with Netflix though. It has my favorite movie on it, The King with Timothée Chalamet. So
I like it.
watch that movie if you haven't.
I was watching Netflix with Drew yesterday, watching the Louis C.K. special, and I saw an ad, and I was like, what is this? He was like, Netflix has ads now, and I was like, my Netflix does
Wait,
not
it
have
does?
ads. Yes. I was like, my Netflix does not have ads. This is just a you thing, bro.
I think it has to be. There's no way. There's no way.
It's just Netflix was like, look at this guy. We can get this guy ads. He's not gonna. He's not gonna.
He's like, no, you just sprinkle in every 5 people every like state.
You have friends like this where you're like, and y'all both know Drew. Like, y'all. I'll talk to the camera then. Y'all have friends where like it's so out of their control, but when it happens to them, you're like, of course this happened to you. Like it does feel like a skill issue.
It's just not shocking.
Of course he gets ads on his Netflix. Like that's just the type of
Underwhelming.
thing that would only happen to him. Yeah, like it's oh my gosh.
Well, that is the last question. So that is all we have for this episode. Thank you all for tuning in and staying tuned for this long if you're still here with us. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Kaden, for coming on, sharing your opinions, as always, being as real as possible, because that's what we strive to do here. So thank you guys all for sticking in. I think this might be one of our shorter episodes if I wrap this up real quick. But yeah, that's all from us from here, from the studio. As always, come back next week to check out our next episode of Be For Real. And until then, stay real.